This week on Chuckload of Comics, Pikachu gets a day job, Alicia Silverstone's coming to Chicago, and Chuckload of Comics remembers the late, great Stan Lee. Stick around for a very special episode right here on Chuckload of Comics.
Pika?
Hey guys, welcome to Chuckload of Comics. This week is a week that's going to live in the hearts and minds of the fandom community forever, right?
Yeah,
I mean, pretty much forever. We wanted to take just a moment, and I mean, there's nothing we can say about Stan Lee that hasn't already been said.
Right.
Ralph, jump in here whenever you want to.
What happened this week? Something major?
Well, I mean, as we all know, Stan Lee passed away at the age of 95, almost 96.
Yeah.
He would have been 96, I think, like next week. But, yeah, what a crazy week. There's nothing we can say that hasn't already been said by the fandom community all week long. So we thought we might just share some of our favorite Stan Lee stories.
Yeah.
We got a really good story, I think, for
think so,
Stan
too.
Lee. Ralph, again, just jump in if you have anything you want to say.
Sure, I'll mime in.
We're having a little Irish wake here
chime
for
in.
Stan Lee. My favorite Stan Lee story
Yes.
is
Probably mine as well.
2016. Well, we made the journey to New York Comic Con. We had a wonderful time at New York Comic Con in the Javits Center. We got our picture with Stan. It was
Yeah.
great. It was wonderful. But then we heard about this panel
Yep.
that was going on. The Marvel Legacy panel. It's called the Marvel Legends panel.
Yes.
This panel was Stan Lee, Walt Simonson, Chris Claremont, and it was moderated by Kevin Smith.
Right?
We had to go see this
Absolutely.
panel. The New York Comic Con area, Javits Center, was so packed they moved this panel to
Madison Square
Madison
Garden.
Square Garden.
Which is kind of a hike from the Javits Center.
It is. So we, like every other
True believer.
true believer, made the hike from the Javits Center, like 2 miles down to lower Midtown Manhattan, walked to the
Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden. Got there like 3 hours early.
Yeah.
We weren't going to miss this panel. Absolutely no way.
Right.
So we got there like 3 hours early. We got like third row.
Yeah.
It was the most amazing panel ever. We're going to show you a clip from the panel. We took a lot of videos of this panel. So go to our page and you can kind of see a lot of different videos that we shot. There were really some great ones, but I want to share this one with you real quick. It's well, I call it Those Days at Marvel.
Yeah.
It's Stan Lee talking to Chris Claremont, talking to Walt Simonson about what it was like working at Marvel and how much better everything was back working at Marvel in New York than it is working in Hollywood. So anyway, that's enough set up right now. Check it out. This is Stan Lee in 2016.
For, I don't know, 20, 25 years, 30, I don't know how long, whatever the hell it is. Those days at Marvel with people like you were the best, most creative days of my whole life. Being out in Los Angeles, it's a different thing. It's, yeah, you're creative, you're working on movies and television, but it's not the same. A little group of people fighting the big guys and beating them. We beat DC right down the line. We were owned by a couple of penny pinching guys. I've forgotten who their names were. There was something about those days when you were there that I will never forget. We had the most talented staff of artists and writers you could find anywhere. All you had to do was look at the books and you could see that. And I was the luckiest guy in the world that we were able to hire these people and hold on to them because we didn't have big money bags to pay them out of. Everybody at Marvel really worked there because they loved what they were doing and they loved the result of what they were doing when they saw those magazines come out. And there was their name next to story or artwork or whatever it was. Well, that was one thing we did. I always wanted the books to be like the credits in a movie. Let people know who did what. So we even put the letterer's name down in every story, as I remember. And of course, then I gave everybody a nickname. But that goes on. But the point is that those days with you guys, they'll never be duplicated, ever. Hollywood is a different thing. It's mostly business with a little bit of creative stuff. We were mostly creative stuff with business that we couldn't avoid.
Yeah, that was an absolutely amazing day.
I know.
Again, go to our channel, see some of the other videos that we've posted. There's a really great one of Kevin Smith talking about doing Mallrats with Kevin Smith. There's a really great one where Stan talks about pitching the X-Men for the first time to his editors and the heads over there at Marvel. Really great videos. I encourage you to go check them out.
Absolutely.
Before we move on, I just want to kind of go around the room. What did everybody think of the outpouring of fan support? Ralph, I'll start with you. I mean, Instagram and social media the day after Stan passed was pretty heartwarming. I mean, it was positive.
I feel like everybody definitely either put up their artwork or gave out, moments in which they met him. It was beautiful. It was great.
Yeah.
I personally got messages from all kinds of friends as if Stanley was my father.
I know.
So did I.
So did we.
I was
Everybody
getting
our condolences.
Yeah, everyone was like, I was thinking about you, and I heard about
Yeah.
Stan. It was pretty, it was nice, and because everybody kind of saw this coming. Everybody knew eventually Stan Lee would pass away, and I didn't know how I would feel about it.
Yeah.
At first,
Not me, man. I thought he was a celestial for sure.
Oh,
I thought
yeah,
it was
a
going to
watcher.
be eternal. Live forever. Shauna, thoughts on the week?
I agree with what Ralph was saying, and you said too. It's just like it was so amazing to see all this support from fans and outpouring of videos and pictures and just the happy moments and how happy he made people and the impression that he had on so many people. It was just really
Everybody
cool.
has a picture with Stan Lee.
I know.
I mean, even like before the cons, when you would just go pay money. But I mean, anytime anybody ran into Stan on the streets or at an airport,
Yep.
he would always stop and take a picture with him. There's so many people
I know.
with photos of Stan and stories and just ways that he affected their lives. And like everybody walks up to Stan Lee and the first thing they say is thank you.
Yep.
He's one of those few celebrities where it's not like, oh, I'm the biggest fan. I mean, they walk up and they just say thank you for everything. You changed my life. You made me who I am today.
Yeah.
Not, few celebrities can say that.
It's pretty awesome.
So it wasn't like when Brody met him in Mallrats and he's asking him about the superhero junk. Right?
Still my all-time favorite Stan Lee cameo is in Mallrats. That and in Deadpool when he was playing the stripper. He was at the strip bar and he was playing the
Give it up
strip club DJ.
Chastity.
Remember,
That's great too.
money doesn't buy love, but you can rent it for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
He will live on in infamy.
Really, man? I mean, absolutely eternal. When we're all dead and gone, 200 years from now, people will still remember Stan Lee because the characters will live on forever.
That's right.
And he lived long enough to see his work
Yeah.
to really just take over the world.
Yep.
I mean, back in the day, when you're a comic book creator, you're a joke. You're
Right.
Nobody took him seriously back in the day. I saw some videos of him going to industry parties and stuff like that. What do you do? And he's hanging around with people from the New Yorker and the New York Times, and like, oh, who are you? What do you do? I make comic books.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a joke, back in the day. But now it's like, Jesus, if you make comic books, you're bigger than all those.
Yeah, I read something where he kind of like felt bad because at one point early in his career, how he felt bad because he was making comics and other people were either in the medical field or making bridges, engineering, and he was just writing comics. And it said that like after a little while, he convinced himself it was a great idea because people need to be entertained. People
Absolutely.
still need to, like wind down and grip onto it.
Sometimes you need to forget about reality and dive into a fantasy world.
Yeah, full of positivity and like positive messages. So I think, Stan Lee was a revolutionary guy in bringing about social change and bringing about like social stuff. I mean, the whole basis of Marvel is like the nuclear age.
Right.
He talked a lot about, nuclear war and science and with Black Panther and social justice. I mean, he created the Black Panther before there were Black Panthers.
Right.
I mean, Jesus. I mean, the guy was he changed the world in every sense of the way. I mean, in money and in movies and television and.
Yeah, he was covering everything. Even like in the X-Men, Professor X being based off of Martin Luther King, and
I never heard that.
Oh, I hadn't heard that either.
Yeah, and Magneto would be like Malcolm X, both fighting for mutants.
The same
but
cause.
different kind of.
I've never heard that
perspective
analogy
on it.
before.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Holy crap.
I might be
It
wrong,
makes
but I'm
perfect.
sure
No, it
that's
makes
what that
sense.
was.
It makes total sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
This totally blew my mind, Ralph.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, let's move on to some comics, as Stan would have wanted.
Right?
I want to talk to you guys about this comic. Every week we talk about our favorite comic books of the week. Well, this book, I can't tell you guys how important it is that you rush out to your comic book shop and pick up this book. It is called Alien 3, before I can explain to you the importance of this comic book, and guys, if you haven't gotten it, rush out and get it. This is a monumentally important comic book you guys all need to get. But before I can talk about the book, I have to give you
A little bit of backstory.
a backstory on the movie Alien 3. Not the most widely beloved of the Alien franchise, but it is probably my favorite of the Alien franchise because it's gorgeously shot. The comic book is not the movie.
Okay.
The movie, how do I even put this? The movie that everybody saw in theaters is not the original movie that was written.
Really?
It wasn't even the fifth version of the movie that was written. There were so many different screenplays for Alien 3. There was one where they go to Earth, and it's like a Voltron thing where he melds with other aliens and becomes this big Godzilla creature. There's one where they go to a planet of monks and
Wow.
start murdering monks. There's one where he goes to this wood planet where everything's like made of wood and gears and cogs. All kinds of crazy stuff.
Wait, these were things that were going to happen in the movie?
They rewrote the script for Alien 3
Wow.
dozens of times.
That's crazy.
They began pre-production with a director. He had his own idea for it. He dropped out. Sigourney Weaver didn't want to be in it, so there was a cut where she wasn't even in the movie. So the first director dropped out. Second director came in, started pre-production on a completely different movie. They got all the way. They were building sets and they were doing all this stuff because they came up with this whole alien planet, or this prison planet.
Okay.
Planet of prisoners, which is ultimately what the movie became.
Right.
You said planet of what?
Prisoners.
Oh, just one more time.
Prison planet. And then, so they were full blown, ready to go. And then that director dropped out.
Oh my god.
And so they get this totally
nightmare.
unknown director, this guy that was directing music videos only, an unknown director by the name of David Fincher.
Right?
David Fincher went on Fight Club, Social Network.
Yeah.
Jesus, David Fincher. Everybody knows who he is now, but nobody knew who he was back in the day.
Seven.
They started out this movie with no script. They started shooting this movie. David Fincher was shooting a movie with no script. They were writing the script
possible?
as he's directing the film.
And like giving
It was
him one
scriptless,
page.
Chuck.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I mean, like, there's parts in the movie where a character will start out with an American accent, and halfway through the movie, he's got a British accent. I mean, the movie just evolved. Alien looked different in the beginning of the movie than he looked in the end of the movie. A lot of crazy changes.
Had a mustache at the end of the movie.
Yeah, everybody had mustaches, but at the beginning,
CGI
with the
mustaches.
It was
So
a
why do I
dandy
tell you all of this?
alien.
The reason I tell you all of this is this comic book right here is a comic book adaptation of the original screenplay. The screenplay
first
no one's
one.
ever seen, no one's ever read. The screenplay dropped online like about 2 years ago. No one had seen it. It is a legendary. It's the stuff of legend in Hollywood. It's the
Pretty
screenplay
awesome.
everybody says should have been done for the movie.
Wow. And it does not involve Sigourney Weaver, right?
So it's the one that didn't have Ripley in it, but
Right.
it has Hicks. It has Newt. Because they die in Alien 3. Like, they don't even make it into the movie. They die in cryosleep in the opening credits. So it has these characters returning back. I don't want to tell you too much about the story because it's absolutely spectacular. Any fan of Alien needs to check this out. Any fan
That's
of
so
film,
cool.
period. It's the script for Alien 3 that should have been, is basically what it is. And it's spectacular. It's like this Cold War thing where the ship that they leave in Alien 2 goes into like this weird Cold War territory of space. There's this big war going on.
Oh, wow.
They use the aliens as weapons. Everybody wants to get their hands on the aliens.
Crazy.
They want to use the aliens to kind of solve their Cold War. And it's only up to issue 1. It's going to be, I don't know, maybe like 5, 6, 10 issues. I don't know.
That's awesome.
But you got to check it out, man. Alien 3. It's actually called 20th Century Fox Uncovered Alien 3, the true unproduced screenplay.
Wow. That's so cool. What a concept.
It's amazing.
For all your face hugging needs.
All your face hugging needs. So, guys, check it out. Alien 3. If you can still find a copy, I highly recommend you go pick one up. Moving on to movies.
Movies.
Huge week for movie trailers. I swear
Right?
it was like San Diego Comic-Con this
I
week.
know.
We saw a trailer for Dumbo. We saw the final trailer for Alita Battle Angel. There was a new trailer for Glass. First teaser for Game of Thrones Season 8.
Interesting.
Toy Story got their first kind of announcement trailer.
Uh-huh.
And Detective Pikachu.
Woohoo!
Ralph, of all of those trailers, which one knocked your socks off the most?
Oh man, I really am stoked for Detective Pikachu.
Right?
Just Ryan Reynolds voicing Pikachu, and it's just fantastic. And then it cuts to like the people like, "Oh, can you understand him?" And it's just him going, "Pika Pika." Oh, perfect! It's like the cartoons.
It's the most adorable thing you'll ever watch.
I know.
I'm not a Pikachu guy. I'm not a
Pokemon
Pokemon
guy.
fan. I never really got into Pokemon as a kid. So if you'd have told me, hey, they're making a live-action Pokemon, I was like, okay, hell, whatever. Mm-hmm. But my God, this trailer was gold. It was pure gold. It's the most adorable thing. Perfectly well-cut trailer.
Uh-huh.
So good. They didn't give you much of the story at all.
Right.
But they gave you just enough snippets of various Pokemon.
Yeah.
And the CGI looks spectacular.
I know.
Shauna?
I agree. Like you said, I mean, I wasn't extremely into Pokemon. I did watch the cartoon, but man, you don't have to know anything about Pokemon to want to see this movie, and that's the best part. It just looks like a great movie.
Yeah, and you
I'm
probably
so
saw like
excited for
10 different Pokemons. Ralph, how many different Pokemons did you see and could you recognize in this trailer?
Oh man, there was a ton. Jigglypuff, Charizard, you know, like
Jigglypuff. Was that the little ball
That's
with
the
the
one
mustache or whatever?
With the
singing
microphone that you
puff.
said- yeah.
yeah, he's like singing karaoke, and then he puts everyone to sleep always, and he's always mad, and then he draws on everyone's face. Yeah, that's gonna be great.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Yeah. I don't know if they don't have a release date. It just said coming in 2019.
Yeah, but that's not too far away.
Yeah. Sean, any other trailers from this list that really knocked your socks off?
Honestly, no. I hate to say it.
I'm gonna talk a little bit about the Dumbo trailer.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Dumbo was great.
Dumbo, we all saw a teaser trailer for it like months ago.
Yeah.
If you even remember, they did drop a trailer for
Yep.
Dumbo. Super duper teaser. It's going to be the saddest movie to come out
I
since
know.
Schindler's List. It's going to be absolutely depressing. But the CGI, again, looks amazing.
Yeah.
We are living in an age where there's nothing you can't do.
I know.
Some of the cast.
Yeah,
Danny
the
DeVito,
cast
it's the
is
classic
insane.
cast of Tim Burton
Right?
characters.
Yeah, it's the Batman Returns.
Michael Keaton.
cast.
Right?
Michael Keaton.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito. Who else was in it?
Not
Colin
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Farrell.
Colin Farrell, yep.
Colin Farrell. It looks great, guys. It looks absolutely spectacular. Very sad. You get to see that little moment where Dumbo is with his mom in the little trunk, little tears coming out of Dumbo's little face.
So awesome.
It was great. I mean, it was pretty dope.
I love it. I'm so excited for it.
I want to see a Pikachu Dumbo shared universe.
Right?
Can we make that happen? Disney?
Probably not.
No, maybe not. Yeah, and I don't recommend watching the Glass trailer. If you guys want to see Glass, don't watch this next trailer. The trailer it gave away a lot.
Oh no.
Did you watch it yet?
No.
Don't
I just
watch
watched
it.
that first one. That's
Watch
it.
the first one and just roll with it after that.
Okay.
Don't watch the Glass trailer. Toy Story. We got our first teaser. What's going on there, Shauna? Having
I
some
can't.
trouble?
Yeah, it's all right.
Toy Story. We got our first. I wouldn't even call it a trailer.
It was like an announcement, right?
It was an announcement trailer. I wouldn't even call it a teaser. It doesn't give you any of the plot, but it does give you a look at some of the new characters that are coming out.
Uh-huh.
The little spork guy with the
I know.
little
so cute.
straws as
little
arms. Sorry, we're just trying to figure out how to turn the cat off the screen
Technical
back there.
difficulties.
Anyway,
Hello, Walter.
some movie trailers, guys. Check them out. You can make this happen.
One way or another.
One way or another.
Walter
We
always
have the
makes
cat
its
in the
way
backdrop
into the
behind
show.
Ralph the whole
Walter
time.
always has to make an appearance. Come on now.
So we're going to go ahead and close out the show with the way that we usually start out the show with C2E2 updates.
Yay!
C2E2, guys, the Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo is a mere 5 months away. It's upon us. Tickets are on sale. VIP tickets are already sold out.
Oh my gosh.
It's the
crazy.
10-year anniversary of the Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo. We got some more pretty cool announcements.
I think so.
There's going to be what I think is going to be a Clueless reunion panel.
Yes! That's so cool!
Alicia Silverstone
Yeah.
is coming
to Chicago.
to a C2E2 near you. Also, Donald Faison, who
Right?
is the other guy, the boyfriend in in Clueless. He's also in that show Scrubs.
What
Yep.
about Paul Rudd? Is he?
That's the moneymaker
That's what
right
everybody's
there.
wondering.
That's
Is
what
Paul
everybody's
Rudd
fingers
gonna
crossed.
come? His first ever appearance at C2E2.
Right?
I think he will.
I think he will too.
Why
it's
wouldn't he?
it's the 10th anniversary of C2E2. Obviously, Paul Rudd was in Clueless, and hello, he's Ant-Man.
Yep.
How perfect would that be?
Yep, and he's probably going to be doing a press tour for Avengers 4.
Yeah.
Because this comes out just before Avengers 4.
Oh my
C2E2 is.
gosh, it's perfect.
Ooh, maybe Don Cheadle will be there.
Maybe Don Cheadle will be there, Ralph.
Ralph's
When they
a
drop Don Cheadle,
fan.
I'm going to call you and say, dude, Captain Planet's coming to C2E2.
I'm just saying, if Don Cheadle was here, what would you say to him now?
I would say, loved you in Wall Street.
Perfect.
Another really great comic book artist, legendary comic book artist Jason Fabok, I hope
Yeah.
I'm saying that correctly, is going to be here, and he's going to help me complete my Batman Eternal autograph #1.
Right?
I got everybody on here: Scott Snyder, James Tynion, Ray Fawkes, Tim Seeley, and Jason Fabok.
Hello.
Need his autograph, Jason. So
That's
come
the
see us at the
missing
Chocolate
one,
Comics.
right?
Yeah.
Oh my
I'll
gosh.
be complete. Oh, I'm so excited.
He's stoked.
I might have Alicia Silverstone sign it too, just for the hell of it.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Why the hell not?
Batgirl herself.
There you
That
go.
girl, yeah. So that's kind of our show, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for watching our little memorial of Stan Lee, a little Irish wake that we had. And go see some of these movie trailers and check out Alien 3.
For sure.
All of you film fans and all you fans of the Alien franchise. Ralph, thanks for being here, man. Really,
As
really
always.
appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, Chuck. I always like to be here,
That's your Stan Lee.
No, that's just my drunk bar guy.
Hey, good to be here,
Oh,
Chuck.
because I thought that was your Stan Lee.
That's a chain smoker.
Well, it's a damn good Stan Lee.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
It's a very good Stan Lee. Ralph,
I can't
thanks
join
for
it.
being here, true believer. And remember,
Excelsior.
click that subscribe button. Excelsior.
That was beautiful.
You like it? That's my Stan Lee. So, guys, thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you here next Sunday. Have a great week.
Bye-bye.